Mark, great. Thanks for making time to be with us on this live stream. So you open the day with this great interactive show. It's sort of the icebreaker, the way we were going to kick off the day. You have your own, thank you, initiative called RedZebra. Can you, or RedZebra, as it were.
Depending where you live.
Depending on where you live. Could you please elaborate a little bit for us what that is?
So thank you. It's an honor to be invited for a Q&A. In short, RedZebra is an organization I founded 21 years ago, and I basically dropped out of art college, fell in love with the drum, and felt that by beating a piece of skin on a piece of wood, I was able to find my own true expression. So when me and my partner began the quest to share this joy within the drum, we realized it's not as easy as giving instruments to a bunch of youth and saying, do this, even though we might have done that this morning. And that's, we quickly came across the Confucius philosophy of tell me I will forget, show me I may remember, involve me and I will understand. So the principle of our work, which has kind of taken us around the globe in all types of organizations, is really about wanting to engage people for them to find their own true expression. And by doing that, we believe that we can create a deeper connection between people. So essentially, I guess our vision is to ensure that we deepen human connection. That's really what our work is. And sometimes it's just through fun and color and rhythm, but we also really dig deeper into facilitating and helping cause deeper dialogue. So people can really share from their heart who they really are, what their dreams and visions are for the future. And on that basis, then we can start working together.
Great, great. I understand you recently relocated to Madrid. Last week, so Fred just freshly arrived in Spain to get your message out to different countries, to different cultures. Is this something that you're seeing as a worldwide message? This is a worldwide plan that you're going to begin in one place and.
Well, I think it's not that it didn't start with a plan for global domination.
It just happened.
It just happened, yeah. And, I kind of pinch myself and go, wow, 21 years of doing the work we do. And it's really enabled me to walk through so many different types of doors and meet so many different types of people and cultures. And I think, really, I'm born in South Africa. I returned back to Johannesburg and Cape Town in the year 2000. And returning back to South Africa, a country really in a lot of recovery from its history, I felt that the work to bring the unity back to community is a global mission, and I think education is obviously a tool. I think the discussion with the previous speakers around religion and what values are, and where do we go now? It provides a fertile space for people to strive to want to connect with each other on a deeper level. So it's not that it's a grand master plan, it's just realizing that we all have the need to connect with each other. The philosophy of Ubuntu, which was made famous by Mandela, it says that I am because we are. So if we can create what I call safe spaces for expression, safe spaces for connection, I think that's, like I said, the kind of fertile space to begin to look forward to creating the world that we want to leave for our children. And I think obviously as the industrialization age came in, we have moved very far from each other. We know the state of the world. We're bombarded by news every day around all the challenges and the strife and the pain and the hate and the racism and everything else. So really it's just it's felt like a natural path for me to take my passion for people and percussion initially, but to use that as a seed for deepening connection.
Yeah, and that's performing arts, and I do, along with mathematics, I happen to teach drama as well, so I have a bit of a performing arts background to go along with my math background. And I also find I'm somebody who finds performing arts very important. not just in the development of children, but overall. And I think we probably share similar views on it, but I just wanted to hear what your views. Why do you feel that the music, in particular for you, rhythm, music, performing arts, are so important?
Sure. Well, if I was to go deeper quickly, I don't count myself as a religious person, but from my own spiritual path and kind of exploring what rhythm is and understanding that science and religions and, you know, ancient writings all speak about the fact that creation is all vibrating matter. My understanding of the universe is that we're all made of the same stuff. We're all connected on whatever level or whatever lens you read that through. So for me, music is a great metaphor for harmony. And from there, the journey just continues and the stories unfold, and really giving people an opportunity to tap into literally the beating heart and feel what it's like to be in unison with another. That's where the joy of being a human lies. So it's that's what I want to untap in my work, is the joy of being together.
That's great. Love it. Yes, let me get some questions started. I'm going to run this back and forth. I'll be over there in just a moment. Here you are.
What I hear you say is that it's very important that music provides this experience of harmony. And that's something different than teaching about it. And I think it's so important with the performing arts to be not something separate, a curriculum thing, but to be part of the school culture. Do you have any experience with helping schools with implementing these harmony elements into their school culture?
Yes, we've had a lot of experience. Most people live in Holland have heard of the program called Dance for Life. I think they were involved in TED a few years ago. I was fortunate to meet the co-founder of Dance for Life when it began in 2002. And our organization partnered with Dance for Life to create the training program, which has now reached 33 countries, and we've mobilized 1.6 million young people with one simple dance. And the dance had a message to help push back the spread of AIDS and HIV for the first 10 years. So, and I guess the approach to having worked in so many different cultures, how do you take like a hip-hop based dance to Pakistan, for instance? What cultural sensitivities can I develop for myself as a facilitator and as a leader to ensure that if we take a concept like that into a different culture, I have to really understand that culture as best as I can in a short amount of time. I have to make the invitation to try something new. Perhaps many people on the stage today were out of their comfort zone, but I hope that I help them feel comfortable in that space to just be themselves. So currently the Dance for Life and other programs that RedZebra design and deliver are impacting schools in a positive way. There's a lot of research around, for instance, empowering young people around their own sexual reproductive health and rights. There's a lot of research that says that youth don't want teachers telling them about sex. So there's a lot of programs that are, well, the Dance for Life program is about training and inspiring peer educators to go into the school curriculum and to enhance what's already there with the knowledge and the cultural constraints or context, to ensure that important messages around young people maintaining their rights and exercising their rights is activated in a creative way. The great thing about the Dance for Life program is that we use inspiration, we use education, we use activation, and then we move towards celebration. And young people, well, people in general, we've all got a young child inside, we like to celebrate, right? So if we've got it, and we also like to move towards a big goal. And Dance for Life is particularly effective in doing that, because every year, everybody that goes through the inspiration program and then the education program gets to move towards a big celebrate event where all of the young people would do the same dance at the same time in countries all around the world, which is, it's a once in a lifetime experience. And you know, we've done events in you know, from in front of the pyramids in Egypt and into the East and everywhere else, where that sense of connection with others, looking at their own future and taking care of themselves through making the most powerful choices for themselves, that's a key dynamic which we've seen really impact schools in a powerful way.
Great.
So I really appreciated the fact that you used tubes this morning for the exercise. I personally had experience with the Drum Cafe out of South Africa, and I wondered, what is your preferred, is it actually drums that you prefer to facilitate a whole system collaboration and change, or is it, what different kinds of materials do you use?
Good question.
So I'm glad that you mentioned the Drum Cafe. I actually lived and worked with them when I first went back to South Africa. I love drums. They're loud, they're impactful, they make a powerful experience for people. So yes, I love to use drums, but when we expanded, for instance, with Dance for Life, and the vision was to reach 1 million young people by 2015, to make a youthful message towards the MDGs, we realized we didn't have 1 million drums. So then we have to get creative, we need to get innovative. Youth love movement. Often they like the hip-hop beat. They might like hip-hop culture, but if you say, boom, boom, chat, boom, boom, chat, chat, then no, yeah, that's cool, let's do that. So we work to bring messages, just as we were verbalizing the message of, Born to Learn. We brought the HIV message, or the take responsibility for life. Take responsibility, and so rhythm is the beginning. We've got bodies, we can beat and clap our hands, we can beatbox, we can use tubes, we can use drums, but you can make music with a piece of paper, or a plastic bag, or a matchbox, or a table, or a wall. So we've been very creative over the years to ensure that we can not allow the lack of drums to be any disabling factor. But on top of the rhythm as an opening to our hearts, our minds, and our souls to be together in a space, we also move from the body learning experience into tapping into the different senses. So we like to work visually, hourly, kinesthetically, and then cognitively. A lot of RedZebra's work is around bringing applied creativity to group dynamics. And I'm a big lover of the brainstorming model that was founded 60 years ago by the original brainstormers, Alex Osborne and Sid Parnes. And so we like to use applied creativity as a tool to enable us to envision a future that we want. And that's where the whole divergent, convergent thinking model comes alive. And we like to balance that through creating learning journeys that might be, right, everybody up, let's do this. Okay, right now we're a bit more open, let's do some journaling. What do you feel about this? Now you've got your journal, share it with 2 people. Now 2 people share it with 8 people, and then we go back to plenary. So our learning journeys and experiences are to ensure that we try and capture all learning styles, all thinking preferences, to bring them to one moment of togetherness and excitement about the future.
Yeah, great, great, yeah. Okay, Born to Learn.
I believe so, yes.
Yeah, Born to Learn. What do those, is there a quick meaning that you can put to those 3 words for you personally?
I think this morning when we were playing around, obviously a lot of my work is about taking messages and bringing them alive. So it's not really about what Born to Learn means to me. Mm-hmm. That's not what's important right now. I think it's just about imbibing the message. I love the fact that we have this concept of muscle stores memory. So I hope that when people leave, they've got this rhythm inside them. It's almost like an affirmation, which will enable them to feel that they take not just all of the great words that have been shared, but also the visceral feeling inside their body of what TEDx education meant for them today.
Yeah, great. Sense memory. Super. Mark Dodsworth, thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much.